Hello band world, and welcome to episode 27 of Stuff Band Directors Wish They Had Time to Teach. And yes, there's a meowing cat in the background. The way I do these shows, one take, whatever happens, happens. Sometimes that provides some good comedy, so we're just going to roll with it. It's been a couple of years since I've made an episode, but I was requested to do this one. Before I go on, let me mention that I'm Steve Bottom, your host, and I am an endorsing artist and educational clinician with Bach Trumpets, a division of the Conselmer Corporation. I'm also an endorser of Warburton Mouthpieces, division of Warburton Music Products, and finally, an endorsing artist for Messina Covers, ran by my friends David Messina and Erica Howard. They make custom instrument cases, covers, top quality. You won't find a better price anywhere. So anyway, like I said, it's been a couple of years since I've made one of these. Forgive me if I'm a little rusty, so we're just going to go with it. I recently made a post about a product. A friend of mine, she's a band director in Kentucky. Her name is Allyson Rawlings. She made some bell covers for trumpet, saxophone, what else? Trombone. And I haven't seen her models yet for French horn, euphonium, or tuba, but I'm sure she could do them. Anyway, she is doing custom designs and custom colors to your specifications. They're $15 each. I am not an endorser of that. I don't have a dog in that fight. I paid full price for mine. I saw one she'd made for Greg Wing, trumpet professor at Morehead State, and just contacted her and asked her if she could do, different color and design, and she said yeah, and like a day later I had it. Turnaround was incredible. Anyway, there's been quite a controversy about these covers, and when I was doing Allyson a favor by advertising them, on some of the Facebook trumpet groups, there was quite a few requests for a video of bell on versus bell off. So what I have here, excuse me, let me get the horns. I have two student line horns here, and they are the exact make and model, manufactured in different years, and you can tell that there's been an aftermarket first slide mechanism saddle put on both, and they're a little different, but they are the exact same make and model. I'm not going to mention what that is right now because I don't want to digress, but it's as close as I can come to an exact comparison without taking the cover on and off the bell, which I didn't want to do, just to make it a little more expedient. Also, since this is live, I didn't want to, maybe get it wrong and have some trouble getting it off or on, and, you're, watching me paw at the bell of the trumpet, for 2 minutes. So, though that would have been some more unintentional comedy. Anyway, let me show you the cover here. It's my initials and a trumpet, similar to the trumpet Greg had put on his. Goes on kind of like a trumpet shower cap. And first of all, let me say that yes, this is going to alter the tone. How could it not? Anytime you put anything over or in the bell of this instrument, it is going to alter the tone somehow. But you know what? In my as educational clinicians, we can go anywhere, do anything, but we kind of have our own home turf. And my home turf is basically the Southeast for Bach trumpets. I'm not the only one in the Southeast, but I'm one of them. And familiar with several states with a lot of band programs there, both college and high school. And the powers that be are requiring it. So, it's either have something like this or not have band at all. And I know there are some alternatives, and I'm going to give my personal case for why you should go with Allyson as opposed to one of those alternatives. Now, the first alternative was the old Crown Royal bag. And I have one here. In fact, I have about 30 of these I recently bought off of eBay. I put mutes in them. When I'm on tour or traveling, I don't want them dinging up against each other, so this gives them a little protection. And yeah, in the past I have put them over the bell. Actually, with the Artunian concerto, to soften the mute a little more. I'll have the mute, and I'll have Crown Royal bag over the bell. Problem with that, and I have taught in the public schools. I have taught in a school setting music at every single level, from kindergarten through doctoral students when I was a college trumpet professor. And even some colleges are pretty tightly wound about this kind of thing. But, you even walk through the door of your average middle or high school, and you're wearing a t-shirt, with an alcohol or tobacco reference. Everyone clutches their pearls and heads for the nearest fainting couch. So I can just imagine, word get back to some overly aggressive parent or school board member that Mr. Smith or Miss Jones is handing out, felt bags in band class that used to contain bottles of Canadian whiskey. And you're going to have a teacher, if they're lucky, severely reprimanded. They're probably going to be fired. And if you think that would be an overreaction, back when I was the trumpet professor at the University of Missouri about 15 years ago, there was a high school teacher 20 miles to the east of us in Kingdom City, a little town there off I-70, and she had the audacity to program the watered-down high school version of Grease for the musical, and that was so risque that they fired her. Now, it made the national newswire, and she did get another job in St. Louis and became something of an educational folk hero, but she went through, weeks, even months of turmoil and drama and uncertainty, and I'm sure she would have much rather have avoided all that, as would you, if you're a director watching this. So, I'm not here to tell anybody what to do, but if you asked my opinion, and some have, I certainly wouldn't go with anything that had an alcohol reference on it. Now, of course, there are other things you could put over the bell. Dad's old tube sock. But come on, what kid's going to want something like that? Mom could also, or dad these days, I'm equal opportunity, could stitch something together. But the thing I like about Allyson's product is that it's obviously of good quality, and she will customize it to whatever you want, color, design, whatever. So, like people are individualizing their masks now, kids could individualize these, or they could go with a section design, or you could even have a band design for uniformity, if that's what the director preferred. And I think you've got a better chance of compliance, if the kid's got a little bit of ownership, a little bit of skin. Hi, I'm sorry, I'm making a video, just, All right, you're cool. Never mind. Yeah. Also, I'm just a great believer in Allyson and her husband, Rob Rawlings. They're both high school band directors and great educators, great people. And if I can't help them, I will, which is why we're doing this. Okay, you've heard me talking for about 8 minutes. Let's get to the proof is in the pudding test. Quarantine chops. Alters the tone significantly. I'm not going to pretend it doesn't. However, if your school system is requiring something like this, you're going to have the same problem with whatever you pick. So, here's that altar. I should have oiled these valves. It's like they've been... This one's a little better than the other one. The other one was like it had been oiled with molasses or something. Let's try this one again, just for sake of comparison, with the Crown Royal bag. Oh, that William Tyrrell overture intro, and then the little tune after. It's the fight song from one of my alma maters, my undergrad institution, University of Kentucky. So they call the intro Apple, you know, Apple, William Tell's son said. And then that's on U of K. So. So, someone had also mentioned range and articulation being affected. Yes, I was having to tongue very heavy to get that articulation out, and it wasn't as clean an articulation as the open example, obviously, for that reason. But again, it is what it is, and even if you're playing lead, you know, in the big band, you're going to... I think you have to work a little harder, but you're going to have significant range. Besides, I mean, what we have here is an imperfect situation, and making the best of that. So inevitably, some type of sacrifices will have to be made. But a little sharp. So, range can still happen. You just got to give it a little more oomph. So, if you are interested at this point, how can you get one of these? Well, I'll put Allyson's email address, which you can use to make inquiries and orders, and then also use to pay her. It's her PayPal address as well. I'll put that in the description of this video, and also I'll just give it to you right now. It's allysonleighmartin at gmail.com. And Lee is spelled L-E-I-G-H. Allyson is spelled A-L-L-Y-S-O-N. And again, let me be a little proactive, because I'm also putting this on all the trumpet groups, and I know how a lot of those groups are. And if you just want to, you know, feel you got to get your 2 cents in and, you know, just tear this product down, or, you know, as a form of objection, you know, pretend I haven't made some of the points I've had and be Captain Obvious, just don't. Don't waste my time. Don't waste anybody else's time. You know, it's been a long quarantine. We don't even know when it's going to end. My fuse is a little short these days, and so is everyone else's. So just get your attention somewhere else. I'll just say it. I only say this because I've already had it happen. One talked about, well, what kind of salesman are you without a, you know, immediate video showing the difference? But, you know, well, that's what I'm doing now. And truth is, no type of salesman at all. I have no stake in this. I paid full price for mine. And like I said, if you're going to participate in band, you're going to have band, you're going to have something, other than very rare exceptions, you know, which I haven't even heard of any yet. Public or private school. And I just think I've given some compelling reasons why this is a good option. Is it your only option? No, but I think it's one viable option given the situation. So again, thanks for bearing with me. I haven't made one of these in about 2 years. I'm a little rusty. I may have rambled on a bit. But if you have any honest questions or honest feedback, even if it's negative, that's fine. I like to hear all comments. Just don't be a troll. That's part of the reason after the 26 previous episodes I quit doing this, is it just wore me out just dealing with the trolls. So again, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you on the other side. Bye-bye.